So for like some of my past videos, I've just been, giving you some examples or whatever as far as, just some stuff to keep in mind while you're, trying to take integrals. But, it might help if you understand a little bit as far as, what's the point of it or why do it in the first place. And, some people, they're like, okay, well, that's fine and dandy. I'm never going to be taking integrals or whatever career path it is, it doesn't matter. But, some people, going on, may need to use this stuff like scientists, engineers, blah, 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 whatever. So, it's like, what does an integral mean? Well, I mean, yeah, it's the antiderivative. So, yeah. Okay, so why do you need to know the antiderivative, all that other good stuff? Well, know how to do integrals. You can find the derivatives by working backwards. Good, a whole lot that does for you. But, I mean, it also, gives you the area under a curve. Oh, can't spell today. Under a curve. And again, to some people, you may need to know this or whatever else, but, others, it's not going to apply after a calculus class or anything like that. So, kind of like how a derivative gives you the slope of a line tangent to a curve, the integral will give you the area under a curve. Okay, so say we have a function or whatever, so like y equals x squared, and over here is a little crude graph of it or whatever. And just say we want to know what the area is of that, just say to 3 or whatever. So you'd you want to know what this area is under there from 0 to 3. So you'd say, okay, what's the integral from 0 to 3? And it could be anything you wanted. Say you wanted to go -3 to 3, or vice versa, whatever. You just plug in those values, and we're wanting to know what it is for x squared. So that's kind of like what the equation would look like. And if you'll notice, our integral has now become a definite integral because we have a bounds for it. The bounds, is just a specific from 0 to 3. So, just like before, you'd do the power rule, or not really the power rule, but the thing for taking the integral. So we'd have 1 over 1, or n plus 1. So we'd have 3x, and the n plus 1 will give us cube. And so since we've taken the integral of that, the whole integral sign right over here can go away, but we still have our from 0 to 3. So just put your little bar there to remind you that you're going from 0 to 3. And there's a handy dandy little formula. Just say this would be your B and this would be our A. So you can just plug in those values, but it'll be your f of B, or the big F, I'm sorry. So big F of B minus the big F of A will equal, whatever you're looking for. So, just, plug in those values. So you'll have, 1 over 3, 3 cubed, minus, 1/3 of 0 cubed. And like I said, that's just our A and our B. So, 3 cubed is going to be, what, 27, I think? 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Over 3 minus, 0 cubed is going to be 0. Then, 1/3 times 0 is just going to be 0. So 27 over 3 gives us 9. And so our area is going to be 9 units. Whatever our units was. So say we were going over in feet, from 0 to 3 feet, what would be the area under the graph of, y equals x squared. If we were using feet, it would be 9 feet going from 0 to 3. So that's part of, the why as to it. So, I'll put up some more videos, but that's just kind of going into the why, and the integral will help us find the area.